Hello. Okay. Hello, everyone. Just getting my phone set up as usual. Calm down a little bit here. Okay. Good morning. Happy Tuesday, everyone. I'm going to be getting ready this morning, so I'm just going to go ahead and start because it can take me forever to get ready. So I kind of just want to jump on in, you know? Okay, I feel like my phone is not balanced. It's gonna fall over at any moment. Okay, happy Tuesday, everyone. Welcome to another live chat. What's up? Hello from snowy Cedar Rapids. Yes, we also have snow on the ground here. Yes, we have snow. That is, I'm very sad about this. Obviously I know it's gonna snow, right? I'm in Iowa. I know the snow is coming, but something about when it snows in October, I'm like, do you have to? You can't wait. Just I don't, snow in November, whatever, don't care. Something about snow in October, I'm just like, no. No. So that's kind of a bummer. Okay, the comments are moving very, very fast. Hello, everyone. I'm still very tired, so if I seem a little bit off today, I'm just still really tired from the weekend. And I keep thinking today's Monday, so if I say at any point referencing that it's being Monday, it's because my days are super mixed up now. But Sunday morning we woke up at 6:30 to pack our bags, pack up Aries, drop Aries off at my in-laws, and drive the 4 hours down to Kansas City. And then we spent Sunday in Kansas City, we got lunch, and then we went tailgating, and we went to the Packers versus Chiefs game in Kansas City at Arrowhead Stadium, and it was so much fun. The game was super intense. It was very, very cold too. But it was super fun. I'm a Packers fan, so I did get to see the Packers win, which was very exciting for me. But then afterwards, of course, trying to get out of the stadium is insanity. So trying to get out was just a disaster. It was the Sunday night game, so the game didn't start till 7. I think kickoff is 7:15 or 7:20 or something like that. So we sat for almost a full hour just in the car, in the traffic, trying to get out of the stadium, trying to get back to the hotel and all of that. So we didn't get to sleep till real late. Real late. And then, I had to wake up early to get packed and check out of the hotel. And we had lunch, and then we had to drive the 4 hours back. So it just was it's a long day and a long trip and all of that. I wish we would have been able to go down Saturday. Our friends that we went with, they actually went down Saturday and spent the night. I think that would have helped, being so tired, because even at the game, I felt like I was super quiet, but I was like, I'm just so tired. Those drives really do take a lot out of you. And I drove the first half, Mitch drove the second half. So at least we had each other that we could, pass back and forth on. And that's the same thing that we did on the way home too, is we just took it in turns and whatnot. But it takes a lot being in the car for that long, for sure. So it would have just been nice to have an extra night to, just get there and get settled in, instead of just, Sunday it just felt like rush the whole time. So but yeah, I'm really glad that I was able to go. I love sports. I love my Packers. I love sports. It was really fun to be able to go to another stadium. The only stadiums that I've been to NFL-wise are Lambeau Field, which is in Green Bay. We've been to the Carolina Panthers Stadium when my family was stationed in North Carolina. We went to see the Packers play the Panthers, and then now Arrowhead. So that's it. That's all I got so far. Hoping to, my goal is to get to every single stadium. I think that would be so much fun. Yeah, I would love to go to the Philadelphia Stadium. I'd love to go to all of them, just to see them and experience them. I'd love to like rate the stadiums. That would be fun. But yeah, so I got 3. Woo! Really making a dent there, let me tell you. I'm using some Pat McGrath products today. I have the primer and then also the Skin Fetish foundation. I use shade 10. I'm just using my Ofra Sponge. That might be a little bit too much that I just put on there, but that's okay. So yeah, it really was a lot of fun. I let myself sleep in a little bit today too, knowing that I didn't have to be awake to set a video live and all of that. So I let myself sleep in a little bit just to try to get caught up and reset myself and everything. But I hope that you guys have had a great weekend and all of that. Ooh, okay. I really like the finish of this foundation. I think that it's so pretty. I saw someone say matchy matchy. Thank you. It took me a while to find my scrunchie that I felt like matched the best. I had my green and yellow scrunchies on for the game. I had several people tell me that they liked my scrunchies. I was like, thank you so much. Oh no, Ursula said school was canceled where you are because of the snow and wind. I'm just not ready. Not ready. It's so funny, like when the first snowfall, like everyone's posting that it's snowing. And then of course, no, I just dropped my concealer. And then of course there's other people that are like, it's snowing because everyone goes on social media and tells you it's snowing. It's like, yeah, because it's snowing in October and I'm not ready for it yet. And like, it's not okay. Like, yeah, I'm going to talk about it. Okay. So, I dropped my concealer. I gotta pick it up. This is the problem with live chats when you drop something. Oh, thanks by the Perkins here. Said, how's the weather supposed to be there for the kids trick-or-treating? I don't know. We did look. Our trick-or-treating night is Thursday because I know sometimes they change them and stuff. So our night is Thursday. I'll have to see what the weather is going to be like. Mitch bought candy so we could pass it out. And he comes home, he's like, I bought candy, but this is for the kids. Like, this is not for us. It's for the kids. Yeah, we've opened every single bag so far. I was like, really, that last? And it's like, I feel like he was trying to tell me, because like, you guys know I love candy and I definitely have a sweet tooth. But I feel like he was like aiming it all on me, like, you can't open it. I was like, you love candy just as much as I do. Let's be serious. And he was the first one that opened the bags of candy. I would like to state that for the record. Thank you so much. So, but yeah, we had so much candy, like when we went down to Kansas City, because we did the tailgating and stuff with our friends, and like people brought like chips and dip, and there was like a mac and cheese and I don't know, Oreos. I ate a lot of Oreos and stuff like that. And I was like, ooh, I brought Halloween candy. I mean, it was a big hit. Everyone seemed to appreciate it. But I was like, wow, that I'm like an adult. It's like, hey, let's get together tailgating food, and this is where we're going to be for hours before our game, and probably don't want to eat in the stadium because, it's like $24 for a hot dog or something. So I brought candy. It just is what it is. Is what it is. But I'm not even mad. Sometimes I feel like it's so hard doing a live get ready with me because I want to be like focusing on like makeup and what's happening, and then I'm like, keep talking. Living the Dream says, don't you have to quality check the candy before passing it out? It may take eating a whole bag to figure out if it was okay to give to the kids. Exactly. Just trying to keep it safe over here, okay? Sherry's here. Hello. Thanks by the Burke said, how was your double natural meal? Oh my gosh. If you guys follow me on Instagram, I shared in my stories that on Sunday, Sunday, see, my days are like all mixed up. On Sunday, after we got to Kansas City and like we changed, and then we went out to lunch with our friends, and there was probably, I think there was like 6 of us, or maybe, no, I just dropped all of my brushes. Excellent. Okay. We're just gonna keep it going. Okay. But we went out to lunch. There was like 7 of us, and we get there, and everyone's like talking and blah, blah, and the waiter's coming over and he's like, are you ready to order? And like we couldn't really decide, so we're like, let's just order apps first, and like we'll just get some appetizers for the table to share, and like it'll be fine. And so we ordered nachos and cheese balls. Hashtag like shout out Wisconsin. So we ordered those for the table, and we're eating them, and I'm like, dang, these nachos are like really good. Like these are some pretty fantastic nachos. And it was like to the point where like, everyone's like trying to be nice and like taking a little bit at a time of each thing, like passing it around. And I was like, how do I be the one that eats the rest of the nachos without other people being like, hey, save some from the rest of us? So I was trying to figure out what to do there. And then I was like, oh yes, we are actually still ordering food. Like these are just our appetizers for the table. You can actually order nachos for lunch. And then I was like, are people going to make fun of me if we had nachos as an appetizer and then I also go and order it as my meal? I'm not really sure what to do here. And so the waiter comes back and everyone's looking over everything, and Mitch is like, do you know what you're going to get? And I like tried to whisper it to him. I was like, would it be weird if I got the nachos, but just for me? And the girl sitting next to me was like, are you going to order the nachos again? I was like, yeah, I think I am. And none of my friends made fun of me. They were just like, we get it. Like, we understand you. We accept you for who you are. Like, please order the nachos again. So I did. And this time I had nachos all to myself. I didn't even have to share them with anybody. I mean, I would have if someone was like, hey, I'm like dying for a chip. Like, sure. Why not? But yeah, so I had double nachos for lunch, which was fantastic. I honestly can't even remember where we were. Otherwise, I would tell you. The well. I think that's what it was called in Kansas City. Very good nachos. Definitely would recommend them. I felt like I was going to say something after that. Nachos. Really just got caught up on the nachos. Can't really remember what else I was going to say. Oh, well. That's what it is. I'm only on my first glass of water. This is really, really bad. I was so busy this morning. I was just like, trying to get my brushes. I was just like, you got to get to work. Like, you got to get to work right away. And then I totally forgot to drink my water. Not okay. Not okay. Okay. I'm going to just keep going. I'm going to use the bronzer blush out of this little Nars palette here. This is the Montutane. Oh, no, I can't open it. Oh, darn. I was really going to say something else about food, but now I can't remember what I was going to say. Yeah, how about them Packers? Dude, that game was so close. I was so worried for a little bit there. Like, I kept turning to Mitch. Mitch was on my right side. I kept turning to him, and I was like, I'm getting nervous. Or another thing I kept saying was, I'm uncomfortable. And not like I'm not like physically uncomfortable, but I was like, I'm uncomfortable with how this game is going. Like, I don't know, because it was making me nervous because I felt like so many people were just like, Packers are going to win because Patrick Mahomes isn't playing. And I was like, I don't think so. Like, I do think that the Chiefs are a good team, even without Patrick Mahomes. Obviously, with him, they're so much better, and I do get that. But it's not like Matt Moore is just like some rookie who's never played. Like, sure, he's, not really like a starting QB type thing, but like, he knows how to play football. And being at Chiefs, like, I was nervous about the game. And then I didn't feel like the Packers offense really was like vibing right away. Their defense was giving up so many plays. I was like, oh no. And I mean, the game was tied. The game was tied going into the fourth quarter, I'm pretty sure. Or at least most of the time through the third. I was like, oh gosh. And I can remember when, like the last drive that the Packers had, and I remember the Chiefs called a timeout after the Packers ran a first down. And I was like, okay, makes sense. I understand why you're doing that. Then the Packers ran a second down, and then they called another timeout. And I actually turned to my husband and I was like, did they just use another timeout? And Mitch is like, yeah, that's good for us though. And I was like, why in the world would you use your time out there? And it's so interesting when you are watching a game live. Like, I feel like I really have like no idea what happened because, obviously I'm so used. I've been to I've been to three total NFL games in my life. So, um, it's just so different seeing it live. But on the TV, you can hear what the announcers are saying, and you can be like watching Twitter at the same time and like what people are thinking about the different plays that are going on. And I'm thinking to myself, like, I feel like I know a pretty decent amount about football. And so I'm thinking, like, why would you call it timeout? Why would you call it timeout? I don't really get it. And I remember the next day we were driving home, and Mitch and I were listening to a podcast that we both like, and it's a sports podcast. It's called Part of My Take. And the first game that they started recapping was the Sunday night game, and then just immediately started talking about clock management and that play. I was like, I knew I was right. Like, I knew I had a reason for being confused as to why are you calling a timeout here, Andy Reid? Thank you for calling the timeout because it ended up helping my team, but I was like, I don't understand what's going on here. So that was almost like a little bit of validation for me that like I do know what I'm talking. Like I understand the gist of what's going on in football. Because like I love sports and I grew up around sports. My mom is a huge sports fan. My grandmother was a huge Cubs fan and all of that. So like I feel like I have a pretty decent handle on what's going on. But I'm not like I can't remember where people went to school. I feel like that's such a guy's thing. They know where everybody went to like college at and stuff. And I'm like, I can't remember any of those things, but like I can tell you who's on our team. I can tell you the offensive line. I can tell you the starting lineup. I can tell you the order that the pitchers pitch for the Cubs. Like I can tell you that kind of stuff. And I know plays and I know, I don't know, I know the signs the referees do. Like I know stuff like that. But the one thing I can never remember is where players went to college. I just don't have that in me. I don't know. I don't have the headspace, I guess, to keep that one in my mind. But yeah, it was a super close game. For the most part, I liked Arrowhead. Oh, I remember what I was going to say actually about the nachos. After, it doesn't really have to do with the nachos, but after lunch, we went over to the stadium to hear about what am I even saying? We went over to the stadium to like get our spot set up and start tailgating and all of that. And as we were driving, all of a sudden we see like two cop cars with their lights on go by us, and then like four huge, like charter buses, and then cops on other sides of them, cops behind them, and we were like, oh, those are the Green Bay buses. And I was so excited. We're all like watching him go by, and I'm like trying to get my phone. It's not like you could even see anything, but you knew, like we literally followed the buses into the stadium. Like it was the Packers, and I was so excited. I remember sharing a photo on Instagram stories. Was like had double nachos for lunch, and just saw the Packers buses going into the stadium. Like this is the best day ever. That's what I was gonna say earlier. Oh, best day ever. And so I liked the stadium. Getting in was pretty challenging. Like the tailgate was fine, parking was fine, all of that. Like the tailgate is super fun. Like you meet people and everyone's nice, and like we played some games and all of that. But getting into the stadium was kind of atrocious. Like as you're like going up to go through like security and everything, it's just a mob of people. And we were standing there for probably like at least 15 minutes, I'm going to say. And I'm starting to like panic at this point because like the one thing I don't want to miss is kickoff, of course, right? So we're standing there and it's like nothing's moving. And there's a security who's like sitting like almost looks like a lifeguard chair or whatnot. She's sitting up there and she's yelling, if you don't have a bag, go over here because like this is the line where they check bags, or if you go over here, that's like the expedited line that you just like go through security. And none of us had bags. Like I didn't even bring a clutch in or anything. Like I literally had a lip liner in my back pocket, and Mitch had my ID. Like that was it. So we're like, okay, that probably would have helped if you would have said this even just a little. Like I don't know, I didn't really understand, but I was like, okay. So we're trying to like go through the sea of people and move over to this other line. And then like getting through security was fine. There was no issues there. But then you get to the person with your tickets, and we had tickets on our phone. And so like I had the Chiefs app, we had the tickets on our phone to scan them. And they like just could not scan the tickets. My friend was in front of us. He took, at least a full minute, if not a little bit more, to finally scan his ticket. Then it was my turn. I have 2 tickets on my phone for me and Mitch, and that's all good. And I'm like, why? I don't understand what's going on. This is taking so long. And then we get up to the drink line, and that line is just atrocious. And when we finally get up and like give our drink orders, the concession stand workers were just like, oh no, like, do. And I've worked in a concession stand before, like for events. And I know that like a part of that job is like being fast. Like people don't want to be standing in line waiting to get their drink. Like you need to be quick. And so I was like, I don't understand why this person, like, they're just like making conversation with people. I don't know. It was kind of weird. So other than those things, like I thought the stadium was like fine and dandy, but we did have that one fan in front of us that was just wholly inappropriate. And at one point I kept turning to my friends and I was like, this guy is just making me super uncomfortable. And it was just so unfortunate to have one person because, you know, Chiefs fans I thought were very nice and everything. Like, you know, pretty much the majority of people that we met were very nice. You know, we had Chiefs fans behind us that we ended up talking to quite a bit about the guy in front of us because he was just so inappropriate and he had 3 children with him, which just seemed very odd because at one point he just kept yelling. So Aaron Rodgers is the Packer quarterback. He kept yelling, Aaron Rodgers. And I don't want to say it, but like, how do I even I'm going to say like S my D, you know? And then he kept turning around and then he just kept saying it. And then he kept saying it with the F word. And then he would turn around and scream it in our faces because most of us were Packers fans. Out of all of us, only 2 were Chiefs fans. The rest of us were Packers fans. And he kept yelling it to us. And I'm like, sir, no one is saying anything to you. No one is being inappropriate. Like, you're the one being inappropriate and you have 3 children with you. What are you doing? Why do you keep yelling that? And he had like Chiefs sweatpants on, and at one point he kept like adjusting his pants, and I literally thought he was going to take it out because he kept yelling. He kept yelling it. And I was like, what are you doing? I don't know. He was just super inappropriate, and it was just very unfortunate. But there's always one. Like, there always has to be that one fan that just is like out of line. And it was super uncomfortable. And a big thing about the Chiefs stadium, maybe this is all stadiums, but I know this is a big thing at the Chiefs, is like how good their fans are. I know, I didn't know how to say that. Like, is how good their fans are, how much respect they have for the other team and everything. And I didn't see a lot of that, which is a bummer. But another thing that I saw, the Packers defense had a takeaway at one point, and they came into the end zone and they were doing like the D train celebration. So they're all lined up, they're like doing the D train, and people were throwing like full beers at the team. And I was like, oh, I don't like seeing that. I don't know. Not really. I wasn't a fan. Wasn't a fan of that. But that's okay. And Mitch had a problem in a beer line of someone like giving him problems when he was waiting to get a beer, and Mitch was like, I just ignored him. Like, I just didn't even pay any attention to him. But he actually sent a snap of the guy yelling at him, which was kind of uncomfortable. But, living the dream. Oh my gosh, thank you for the nacho fund. Oh my gosh, you're so funny. Thank you so much. Oh, you're so kind. Thank you. Yeah, Tara says the beer is too expensive at Sam's Throat. Yeah, it was like $18 or something. Like, I don't know. It was just wildly absurd. I remember we went and got drinks for the first time, and it was me and Mitch and one of our friends, and Mitch was like, oh, I'll get like the friend's drink just to try to like help things move quicker, and Mitch had cash, so he's like, I'll just buy your drinks. I'm sure it'll be faster. So he gets 3 of the drinks, and he gives the lady $40, and she looks at it and she goes, it's actually going to be $41. Mitch was like, I thought I was going to get like change back. And instead he had to give another $1. I was like, woo, that's a rough, man. Also some expensive drinks. But other than that, it was a pretty good experience. My brushes are literally just everywhere at this point. But other than that, though, we had a pretty good experience. Leaving was a little bit dicey because people were just like mad, like, you know, Chiefs fans were just mad. And so if you were wearing Packer gear, they were kind of mad, but not anything like too serious or anything. I did think it was funny the next day we were at a barbecue place for lunch, and like I had like Pecker's leggings on, and you know, some of us had like Pecker hats or Pecker sweaters on or stuff like that. And we were sitting at a table, and a guy came up. He goes, "You're still here?" Like, and he was nice, but he goes, "You're still here?" And we kind of all looked at him. And I'm looking at my other friends who were also there Saturday night. Like, did you meet this guy somewhere? Like, how random is this? And he goes, "First you come in and you beat our team, and now you're here eating our barbecue. You need to be back on I-35. And again, he was really nice. And we were all laughing. I was like, oh, that was pretty funny, actually. I did not see that coming. I was like, do you know this guy? But he was nice. So yeah, I mean, overall, it was a good time. Overall, it was a good time. I think the Panther Stadium was actually a little bit better than the Chiefs, but yeah. It's all good. I'm glad I got to experience though. I'd like to get to Kauffman Stadium too, which is the Royal Stadium. I think that would be a lot of fun. I say every year I'm going to go, but I never do. I'm going to use the Anastasia and Carli Bybel palette, which looks like this. I have no idea what I'm doing. I have to film the Will I Buy after this, so that's what I'm like getting ready for, is that video. I don't know which colors I should do. Oh, Natalie, you're here. Gotta go now. May get a chance to check in before the end. Well, thank you for coming by. Thank you. Okay. Kind of want to use... I'm not very good at doing makeup on camera. Hey, Angelica's here. Hey, girl. Gosh, what time is it for you? Dang. I'm not very good at doing makeup on camera, and especially live, and especially with my brushes now all over my office. I'm gonna try to probably just do something real simple, but I really like this Moo shade. I think that one was really pretty. Oh, Angelica says I never catch anyone live. I know. I was like, wait, what time is it for you, girlfriend? Like, dang. Well, that's so fun. I'm so bad at catching people live too. I don't get notified for pretty much anything, which doesn't help. But I feel like I get alerted a lot when Michelle Wong goes live. For some reason, I tend to get her live chats, and I always try to like pop in. Oh, it's 5:30. Okay, so 5:30, not too bad. 5:30 p.m. Not too bad then. Joanna says this is the best time for Europeans. It's 6:30 in Finland. Okay. Good to know. Good to know. Okay, so I think I'm just going to come in with chai first on a blending brush. Let's see what we get here. Amy says, is the Pat McGrath Foundation worth the money? Is it similar to anything else you've tried? I actually really like the foundation. I was kind of surprised at how much I liked it. I like the finish of it, but I really like the longevity of it. I think it's truly one of like my longer wearing foundations that I have. I am planning to do a new ranking video for foundations. I asked in a recent video, I can't even remember which one right now, to be honest, but I asked in a recent video if you guys would want to see another ranking new foundations, and a bunch of people were saying yes. So I definitely want to do that one, and I will give my full reviews on that one too. But I really, really do like it. It is very expensive. So like I would personally want to get it at like, you know, a discount, or I think the Sephora sale is coming up. I think it's like, is it this weekend maybe even? I still feel like it's the beginning of October, so I don't even know what my dates are or anything, but I believe the Sephora sale is coming up. So if you can get it with a discount somewhere, like on the actual like Pat McGrath website, if they like run sales, I would just want to get it with a discount, but I do think that it's really nice. I was actually surprised at how much I enjoyed it. I don't really know why I was surprised, because I've been hearing good things about it. I've been seeing people with my similar skin type say that they really like it. So I'm like, oh, you know, I'll like probably like it, but I didn't expect to like it that much. I was a little bit surprised at that. So, and this eyelid is still super dry, which is driving me crazy. The last time I did a Get Ready With Me, the eyelid was giving me some issues, and it still is. I don't know if I'm having just like dry eye problems. I got LASIK surgery like several years ago, and one of the like cons for LASIK is that it can like you can experience dry eye. And I really only get it in my left eye that I'll notice dry eye, but it can lead to like headaches because it causes my vision to be a little bit blurry. And I feel like it's happening with the drop in temperature so much. So, and I forgot my eye drops when I went to Kansas City, which was a bummer because I really could have used them. For sure. In that cold weather, my eyes were bugging me. I went to the bathroom at one point and I looked in the mirror. My eyes were like almost bloodshot. I was like, okay, that's not okay. But it was because of the weather. I haven't used this shade yet. The boy. I'm not sure if that's how you pronounce it exactly, but I'm going to go ahead and use that one too and just put that in the outer part of my eye just to see what it looks like out here. And I really need to catch up. Like I said, I'm filming the Will I Buy It after this, and I'm like, I have no idea what even got released. I know the Norvina small palettes are coming out because I got tagged a bunch on Instagram. I saw that Colourpop didn't do a release last Friday either, which is kind of shocking, but they do have new palettes at Ulta Beauty, which I thought was funny. So I really need to figure out what all has been released. Okay, so I'm just putting this on the outer part of my eye, and then I'm going to come in with the shimmer. It's like the basic eye look I do for everything, but unless I have a lot of time, and a lot of times if I'm like following a tutorial, I do like pretty much the exact same steps. But it's so funny because I get asked, you know, of course, I get asked so many questions of like, do you have a tutorial on this look or that look or that look? And it's like, it's really the same process for pretty much everything. Like, that's all. I did want to say too that I have a release date for my next book. I haven't announced it yet because I want to make like some graphics and stuff to go along with the announcement and have like a blog post and everything. But we officially have a release date for my 8th novel, which I'm super excited about. Everything has been submitted to Amazon. I'm just waiting for it to like go through and process and be able to order my my print copy so I can make sure everything looks good there. I'm trying to get something set up on my website, so because so many people like to order print copies and like signed print copies from me, so I'm trying to work out something on my website to make it a little bit more streamlined so it's easier for people to check out with the print books, and if you want to order more than one, like you can do it all from there. And then also to get something that would like automatically ship like shipping labels to me, because I think that would help a lot too, because what I learned with Christy and Scarlett was that I couldn't really handle the amount of sales that were going through, and it was like a really like crazy time. And I remember, I think I said this on the last live chat, and someone had just bought 2 of my print books, and I saw her comment come through that she was like, I'm sorry, like I just bought your books, I didn't realize it was like harder on my end. And I was like, no, like I never want to make it seem like I don't want people to like obviously purchase my books, because that's why I write my books. I want people to read them. But then also I love when people want like the signed copies. I think that's really exciting for me, and to be able to like sign the book, and to be able to sign the book like to someone, because you know I always put someone's name and like you know, write a little message and everything. Like that is such an exciting moment for me, and that's such an exciting feeling for me. So I don't want to take that away, but it just means that I need to find like help, or I need to find a better way to streamline the whole process is really all that is. So that's what I've been working on. I think I have an intern coming, which I'm very excited about. I reached out to someone at one of the colleges here, and they actually have an intern program. And I think I have like a high school senior who is interested in beauty and business. And I think that she is going to help me. So hopefully, I haven't heard back. Like I wrote back and was like, yes, you know, I'd be so interested, and la-di-da. So I'm just waiting to hear back the details of like what it is that I need to like get an intern. I don't really know that for sure. Just looking for one of my brushes that fell on the floor. Let me see. Who's on it? Nope, that's not the brush I needed. There's just like brushes everywhere. I tipped over my entire brush case. So now I'm just searching. Aha! Found it. Found it. Okay, perfect. Going swimmingly. So that will be really great if I can get help there. I mean, even just like taking the books to the post office and dropping them off. Like, it would be great to have just like a little bit of help. I take on so much by myself, and I have a hard time asking for help, and I know we talked about this in the last live chat too. I have a really hard time asking for help. And I think I've been burned a couple times in the past having help. And I kind of have that mindset of like, no one cares as much about what I'm doing as I do, right? No one cares as much about my book release as I do, and making sure everything goes well. Because, if something doesn't go well, it's my fault. It is 100% on me. My name is on the book. It is me that's doing it. So if I have someone who is hired or is an intern or whatnot, and they make a mistake, it doesn't reflect on them. It reflects on me, and I have to take responsibility for it. So at one point when I just kind of like was having some issues like with help and whatnot, it was almost like it's not worth it to have it, and I would rather just do it myself. And I don't know. So that's how I feel. But I'm like, okay, I am coming to the realization that I need help, because I've been catching myself making mistakes here and there. And I think I'm actually going to touch on this in Friday's Try to Get Ready With Me, which I'm super nervous about, but I think I'm going to. I've been catching myself making mistakes, and that sucks. And because I don't want to. And especially with being on the internet, people are looking for you to make a mistake so they can tell everybody about it. They're not looking for when you do something good or when you do something positive. They don't care about that. They care about when you make a mistake and how they can ridicule you online for that. And that sucks. And so when I've caught myself like making a mistake or making an error, I'm like, that might not have happened if I had someone helping me. If I could go to someone and be like, hey, can you look this up for me real quick? Because I do 1,000 things a day. Like, I have so much to do and so much to get done. And I am a one-woman job. And I'm like, you know what? I need to start asking for help or building a team around me. Because one thing that I thought of was that when I caught myself making a mistake on something, I was like, okay, I made a mistake. I don't have enough time to handle this, so I'm just going to stop it completely. And I was like, I remember thinking about it a little bit more as I've been like planning my Friday video and like writing down all my notes and everything. And I was like, wow, you're not going to continue doing something because you made a mistake. What lesson are you taking away from that? And what are you going to, you're about to go on a YouTube video and tell people, if there is any chance you could make a mistake doing this, don't do it. That's what I'm going to tell people? That's what I tell myself? That's not right. And I really had like a come to moment last night. And even this morning, I was thinking about it again. And I was like, wow, you almost really made a YouTube video telling people, if there's any chance you could make a mistake here, you shouldn't go for it. There's a chance you can make a mistake in everything, in every aspect. I mean, right? Like, because I'm thinking about it with book stuff, since I'm getting so close to releasing a next book. I'm like, obviously there's a chance that there's going to be mistakes in that book. And I hire people, to help me catch those mistakes and everything, but they could miss it too. I'm not going to put a book out because I'm afraid that there might be a spelling error in there, a grammatical error in there, or something like that. So if I was going by that mindset of I shouldn't do something if I think that I can make a mistake, then I shouldn't put a book out. I shouldn't put YouTube videos out. I really shouldn't do anything if I think I'm going to make a mistake. I don't know. It was a weird thing to like catch myself thinking this. And I was really actually kind of bummed out by myself, to be honest with you. I was like, wow, like, and I think it's just a thing of like, I let the internet get me down, and that sucks. But luckily, it was only for just a little bit. It was just for a little. I mean, I'm still upset and I'm still sad about a few things again that I'm planning to touch on in Friday's video, but you know, I'm trying to remember like the things that I have like said in lives and the get ready with me's of about how unfortunately the world that we live in today is just ready to find when people make any sort of error. I mean, right, even from the smallest thing, like a typo in a description box, saying the wrong thing in a video, like talking about a foundation and accidentally calling it like a mascara. I've done that so many times where I'm literally reviewing a foundation. I'll be like, I love this foundation because I like the coverage to it, and this is one of my favorite mascaras, and then this foundation, like, you know, like you mix up a word, and of course there's always at least that one person, if not more, that's like, oh, at minute 248, Samantha said mascara and she should have said foundation. It's like, that's the only thing you took away from this video? Really? That's the only thing? I just made a 30-minute video. That's the only thing you could take away from this one. Like, it's mind-blowing to me, but I don't know. I guess it's just something that I have to remember and try not to let it get me down, because I know that I'm just out here trying to do the best I can, and I know that, like I said in my was it last Friday's video about like how I've made so many mistakes in the past. You know, I've made decisions that I didn't think were great and all of that, but I took them all as, you know, I had to learn to take them all as learning opportunities. And how I feel like it's really sad for the younger kids these days of probably feeling like they can never make a mistake because they do have the internet now and they do have social media, and people are really quick to judge, or, you know, obviously like cancel culture and like things like that. And I was like, you know, it makes me feel glad that I didn't have social media when I was younger, because I was just out there making mistake after mistake after mistake, but I was learning from them. And, you know, I'm definitely not done making mistakes. I'm definitely not done learning. Like I'm not like, hey, I'm 32, you know, I've messed up a few times in my past, but now I know it all. Like, no. Like, not at all. And I don't know. I kind of got down a little bit, and unfortunately it happened right before, you know, a really fun time and, you know, something that I was supposed to be really looking forward to. And then I spent like the night before, so it came to my attention. I'm going to get my nights mixed up because that's what I am. Saturday night. So Saturday night, I could barely sleep. I actually physically got sick, because that's what happens when I go. For 42 minutes in, I didn't think we were going to cry. I thought we were going to talk about sports and nachos. Got physically sick because I was so upset about something. Couldn't sleep. Like I said, had to wake up early. So that was a bummer. Spent most of the car ride down talking to my husband about it and just saying, like, there was multiple times where I said to Mitch, I quit. Like, I just don't think I can do this anymore. I was not planning to talk about this in this live chat. Why did I open up that can of worms? Shoot. And it's always when I do my eye makeup. Why? Like, why? That is not a very good fan. Always when I do my eye makeup. But I don't know. Luckily, I have a husband who's been with me for, you know, like 13 years and has heard me say so many times, like, I quit. I can't do this anymore. I quit. Like, I give up. Like, I'm not meant to do this. And he can, like, talk me down from it, you know? Well, no point in doing eyeliner, so we're just going to skip that for right now. But I don't even know how I got on this topic, to be honest with you. But I don't know. I think I was like talking about new makeup releases. And somehow I got to here. But I feel like I kind of, like, obviously I was off social media a little bit because I was with friends and I was doing fun things and there was a lot going on, and my phone dies so easily. It's like crazy. So obviously didn't want my phone to die and everything, but also like I felt like I just needed to step away from social media for a few days because sometimes it just feels so overwhelmingly negative, and it sucks. But I have to remember that it also, like, it goes like this, right? Like, there's times where the negativity just gets to be too much. And then there's times where it's like, I feel so positive, right? Like, it just goes in waves. And I just have to remember that you go through bad times to remind you of how great the good times are. And you go through bad times to, you know, hopefully like learn and grow and, you know, things like that. So that's just what I have to remember. Okay. Whew. Alrighty. But like I said, I'm planning to talk about it a little bit more and have like actual thoughts put together for my Friday get ready with me, unless I talk myself out of it, which I definitely could. Thank you guys for all your sweet comments. I appreciate it. I don't know, man. Sometimes I just get sad. I'm just reading your nice comments now. Thanks, guys. I appreciate you so much. I really do. So, okay. So for my eye look, I just put a little bit of Moo on my lids, and I'm just mixing chai and boy for it. Oh, maybe that's what I was talking about, was the new book. Thank you, Veronica, for saying that you're excited. But I think maybe that's what I was talking about, and just trying to get everything together so things are a little bit more streamlined for this process, because I don't want to make a mistake. Mitch is calling me, and I'm filming this off my phone, so I do apologize if like you guys can hear vibrating. I don't know if it'll come through on that end, but how dare he be calling during a live chat? Doesn't he understand? But yeah, Teresa says it's okay to feel overwhelmed from time to time. That's how emotions go. But remember that these things are temporary. Yeah, you're very, very right. You're very correct. Okay, maybe I'll just do highlighter and we'll finish off the eyes. What time are we at? 47 minutes. Oh boy. Oh, Shayna's here. Hi, Shayna. Shayna says, I thought my phone was ringing. Sorry about that. Oh, that's so funny. I'm going to use the Lawless Highlighter. I need to get some reviews going on some new products that I picked up recently, and this is one of them. So, highlighter does make everything better, Molly. I agree. I agree. Oh, I haven't done my brows. Every time. I always forget about the brows. Maybe I'll do that next. I feel like my face is all red. Is he okay. I'm just gonna decline, and maybe he'll maybe he'll get it. I'm assuming that he is asking if I want anything for lunch because it's almost noon, but maybe if I decline the call, he'll understand that I'm in the middle of something. Oh, how funny. How funny. Okay. I don't even know if I brought a brow pencil. Aha! I did. Good. Okay. I'm gonna do my brows real quick, so at least that's done. I need a bigger table to put everything. This is unnecessary. I said, remember the valleys make you appreciate the view from the mountaintop. All is temporary. Yes, that's very true. That is just so very true. Ooh. Okay. Well. what do you guys want to talk about next? Oh, actually, so I was just telling you that I have the release date, and yeah, I have everything submitted, which I'm super excited for. So after this live, well, I'm gonna eat lunch, but then I want to work on making some graphics that announce the release date and have like a few like snippets from the book, like a few like dialogue lines or things like that for the book. I'm planning to probably run a few giveaways, like I've done this in the past for people who have like reviewed my previous title. I offer up a few advanced reader copies for that because reviews are so important and things like that. So I have to get some of that rolling. So there's a lot to do, but book 8 will be releasing in November. So I'm very excited about that. And yeah, the official release date is coming very soon. So keep your eyes peeled. I'll try to share it everywhere, of course, and just get everything ready. I am planning to have the ebook be available for pre-order on Amazon. And I don't think I'll be able to do pre-orders for the signed print copies because this is what I learned with Scarlett's release, which was very stressful. In the past, you have been able to set your book up on Amazon, and instead of you could wait to put it live, but you could still be ordering copies, like your author copies. So if people wanted to order a pre-order, I could I could run the pre-orders, I could order the books, send them to me, ship them to me, sign them, and then ship them out. So people would have them even before the release date. But they changed it last year where you cannot order what's called author copies. You can't order them until your book is live. And I didn't know that change had gone through. And I had like hundreds of pre-orders for Scarlett's book, and I couldn't order any of those books. So I'm emailing everyone who's already paid for their book and thinking they're going to get the book early and being like, I'm so sorry, this change happened. Again, that was a big thing that, technically that would be considered a mistake. But Amazon, that was my 7th book that I published. For the other 6 books, it had never been that way. But it's because Amazon changed who they went through, for a printer. They used to have, it was called Create Space. That's who you went through to do your book so you could order them. Well, Amazon took that over. So now it's under Amazon, and they've made it so much harder. So I won't be able to run the pre-orders for print copies because I won't be able to actually order them until the books are released and all of that. So I just don't want to run into that issue again, but you will be able to get the signed print copies off my website. And yeah, hopefully the whole, this was not I grabbed out a white eyeliner. That's okay. We'll make it work. It's fine. Who knows, it's even going to show up anyways. But yeah, hopefully the whole process will be a little bit easier ordering books off of there and everything. So yeah, I'm really excited for that. That was pretty much most of my morning was trying to get that set up. So, another thing I wanted to tell you guys, because we've been talking about it a lot in the live chats about this nomination for the American Influencer Awards. And I know I was talking about it once and saying that I wasn't sure if I was going to go to the award ceremony, and a lot of you guys were talking me into it. And I had gotten I was okay, I'm gonna go, it's gonna be great, and da-da-da. But I never actually received anything from the American Influencer Awards. Everyone's gotten a nominee box. I shouldn't say everyone because I don't know that for sure. But I've been seeing people get their nominee box and share it, and American Influencer Awards, on their Instagram, has been sharing people getting this box and everything. And I haven't received one, which I know it came with a bunch of products, probably from the sponsors and stuff. Which is fine. I don't really care about getting the products, but it also included your invitation and all of the details and the times and where you're supposed to be. And there's an after party for the nominees. I have no information. So I don't even have an invitation. So I don't know, I don't understand what would happen if I went to the award show and I was I'm nominated. And they're like, cool, where's your invitation? I'm I don't have one. They're like, please leave, ma'am. So As of right now, I'm not planning to go to it because I just don't have any information or an invitation. So, they actually reached out to me, it was like last year, August, and told me that I'd been nominated, asked for my address for the nominee box, and I was still living at my old house at that time, and so I gave them that address. And the award show was actually supposed to be held in March of this year, but it got pushed back to November. And I didn't hear from them again until the day before, like, the voting was open. And they sent me a thing with like graphics, and they were like, you know, here you can have people vote here and whatnot. And I, like, up until that point, I didn't even know what I was nominated for. Like, I didn't know what category or anything. And so I messaged them, and then I was seeing people get their nominee boxes. So I messaged them again, and I was like, you know, thank you, and I'll definitely be sharing. And now someone from Los Angeles is calling me. What is happening? What's okay, I don't know what that's about. But so I messaged them again. I was like, just want to let you know that, you know, I've recently moved, so I don't know if you've already sent out the nominee box, but this is my new address. And they were like, oh, okay, we'll send you another one to your new address. And that was a month ago, like around October 1st. Well, so, yeah, so almost a month ago. It was right around October 1st that I messaged them that. And they're like, we'll send you another one, but I haven't gotten anything still. So I'm like, and then they actually did message me just a few days ago, and they're like, hey, we're just like finalizing VIP seating. We just need to know if you're coming. And I was like, I haven't received anything yet. Like, I don't have anything. I have no information. Like, it probably wouldn't be a big deal if I lived in LA or whatever. But I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing. And I mean, you have to pay for yourself. Like, I think a bunch of people like that I was talking to was like, that's really cool. And like, they fly you out there and everything. It's like, no, like, no. I have to pay for my flights and my hotel and everything like that. Like, I think that you just get to like go, like, your invitation is covered. I think, I don't even know that, to be honest with you. But like, I have to do all that myself. Like, and I just really don't have time to keep looking into like the travel and everything. So I don't know. So as of right now, I'm not planning on going, which I'm bummed about, but you know, it's okay. I'm actually doing something very cool at the beginning of November that I'm very excited about. And that involves travel. And then we are planning to also visit my family in Alabama over Thanksgiving. And then I'll have my book release in there too. So it's like, that's a lot going on. And, you know, I'm like, so that's okay. But, you know, I'll like, maybe it'll come, or maybe it'll show up or whatnot. But yeah, so just thought I'd give you guys an update on that. So, but again, that's okay. Like, I'm not super sad. Again, I have a lot going on in November, and now, you know, I just added the book release onto that calendar too. So it's okay. It would have been a lot of fun, but I do just feel like I have so many questions, and especially to be traveling by myself and like covering all of that myself, to not feel like I'm informed enough just makes me feel a little bit nervous, and it just doesn't make me feel very comfortable. So, yeah, so I wanted to give an update on that. I'm just going to finish off with my lips. I'm going to use my Colourpop Oh Snap lip liner, which somehow this was in my back pocket. This was the lip liner that I took into the football game. Had it in the back pocket of my pants. Went to the bathroom probably like 3 times, I don't know, or something like that at the game, and it never fell out of my back pocket. I totally blanked it the first time. The second time I went to the bathroom, I was like, as I was like literally pulling my pants up, I was like, oh my gosh, my lip liner is still in my back pocket. And even the next time I went to the bathroom, I forgot again, and again went to the bathroom with the lip liner in my pocket. I'm so glad Oh Snap did not end up in a toilet, because that would have been pretty devastating. Okay. Really hard to talk when you're putting on lip liner. And then I have a lip gloss from Ofra that I've wanted to try, and I've had it sitting on my table forever, but I haven't tried it yet. So this is in the shade Glossip. Which I thought was funny. It looks like a really pretty pink, and I love the Ofra lip glosses, so I thought it'd be fun to use this one with Oh Snap. So I'm just gonna go ahead and add this. Ooh, yeah. I I like that shade a lot. Ew. If you guys are interested in anything that I've used, I will replay this back and fill out my description box with everything that I used too. That's a really pretty shade though. Obviously that looks great with Oh Snap also. Christine says, since you're filming the Will I Buy after this, I just wanted to let you know that Mel Thompson's lip collection is perfect. I will definitely be talking about that today. I'm so excited. And she let me know, actually, I'm going to mention this in the video too, but she did tell me, like, she reached out for my address, and I'm still waiting. Like, I feel like, I don't know what's going on. I feel like I'm waiting for so many packages that aren't arriving. I'm like, where is this? But she told me it's coming, and I'm so excited. And I actually wanted to use it in last Friday's Get Ready With Me, and I pushed off filming that video because I was like, it's got to be coming. I'm seeing everyone get their boxes, and it didn't come, and I was like, maybe for this Friday it'll come. So I'm watching for it, but I'm so excited. I'm really, really excited for her. So yeah, I'll definitely be chatting about that one when I film the Will I Buy It. So this is my final look. I know we are now at the hour. So this is my final look today. Thank you to everyone who came by for this live chat. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. Again, if you're interested in any of the products that I'll use, I'll link them all in my description box here shortly, so you can always come back and check that out. Thank you guys for your continued support. I appreciate it so much. I appreciate you guys. Yes. So other than that, though, I know we're over an hour, so I got to get going, but thank you guys so much for coming by. I really do appreciate it. And I hope that you guys have a great rest of your day. Bye.